Hello, this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. I wish you a very happy and healthy new year. I hope you're all well. I hope you had a good Christmas and a good New Year's Eve. Admittedly, when I'm recording this, it is the 30th of December, so we haven't had New Year's Eve yet. But I've got a few hours to spare, and I thought I'd rather record videos now because beginning of January I'll be going on holiday, and I will be posting this sort of from mid-January when I will post my 2 videos a week, well, at least 2. And I have been busy in the past few weeks, even though I haven't been filming, because I have been starting to declutter my craft room. And I have been ruthless. I have been going through backgrounds and stuff I had kept, and I realised there was a lot of things I wasn't using, but I have kept a pile of backgrounds that I really like and I thought I should use. So today's video, maybe the next one, will be about how to use random backgrounds. And the first card I'm making, well, it already is more or less a card. This is a card, and maybe you've got stuff like that in your craft room as well, that I created, I'd say about 4 years ago. I do remember, I think this is inspired by Natasha Foote, and what she did was she just stamped notes, or she had paper with notes on it, and tore that apart and sort of layered it. I don't think this is woven. I think it's just little squares layered, and I had some of it on like a gold cardstock, and it's actually a stamp that says "We wish you a Merry Christmas." But I'm trying to cover the Christmas because I would like to turn that into a birthday card. So this is all this is. So there is no tutorial for that, but it is fairly straightforward. I've also put some strips of glitter card down there, and then put the 2 pieces of foliage down there. But my idea was, as I said, I can turn this into a birthday card, and I need one for tomorrow. So I thought, what can I do? It basically just needs a sentiment. And I'm popping in with this sentiment set again. I really like that. This is a stamp and die set, which I really like. So I have stamped sentiments and die cut them. I found actually, especially with this one, if I show you this one here, it's actually better to die cut it first and then stamp onto the die cut, because then you can't misalign this. So, and I just had a play with this with 2 lots of stamps here, and the colour of these. At first I thought I go for dark brown, and these are VersaFine Clair, so that's the pine cone. This is the Portobello, I believe, yeah. But I wasn't quite sure, and I thought this one's actually a bit too dark. Also just noticed that there's a blemish on here, so I stamped both of these again in, I think this is Sand Dune, and I quite like this, that is a little bit more subtle. So, and I just had a play with them. I had this one at the top at first and this one down here, but actually this one fits perfectly in the gap here, and it does cover at least one of the Christmas notes here. And this goes to a gentleman who loves classical music, so I thought if he can't read the small print, doesn't realise it's a Christmas song, it'll be fine. And then I thought this could just go down here. But my idea is, waste not, want not. I will actually stick these on the back, just double them up, then they're more sturdy, and I will just stick them down more or less flat as they are. I could have gone fancy. I could have done some heat embossing. These are some ideas for you. Do some heat embossing, or put clear embossing powder on this after I had stamped it, but I quite like the subtle look of this. So this would be my first card. So, and then I just want to show you what I've got here. As I said, I might make 2 different videos. I might actually make a video on this here. I think I had started recording it and then deleted it because it was a bit of a disaster. This one's shaving foam. That's the first time I tried it, and I think this was the only good result. And this one is cling film, so I might make a separate video on how to do these. This one is a glue pen and foil, And this is the leftover foil after I had foiled this one, put on just a black cardstock with double-sided adhesive. So I'm not quite sure yet what to do with this. This one again is glue pen, but I used it on this pattern paper and I always liked it, so I'm like, I can't let go of that. So we'll definitely make something with this. I've got another sort of unfinished card. This is from a card set, so I might not use that for this video. And then I've got this Dinkles background, and this one is, I think that's a gel print. I think I've used one of those from the sessions before. Then I've got stenciled backgrounds here, one fairly busy, this one sort of double stenciling. I've got another stamped and foiled image. This one I think is done with some sticky glue. Let me just get that for you. I'm not sure actually how I created that. I thought I had maybe used this gel here, Transfer Gel Duo, which you can then put foil over, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Apologies for that. So I'll have a think about that. This one is gilding polish through a stencil. And yeah, it was a bit messy, that's why I didn't use it, but I think I will use it in this video. So I think I'll start with these two, because I need another birthday card. My idea is to create something clean and simple. I need a mail card, so I think I will just die cut a piece from this, either square or rectangular, have one of these sentiments again, and maybe a die cut or a stamped image, and then die cut or fussy cut of something that this person likes. I have prepared a few things off camera. First of all, I have die cut this square from this piece. I went for a square because I do like square cards at the moment, but you can also use a square on a rectangular card. It doesn't really matter. I might change my mind about that afterwards. So I've got a little piece left, but I don't really make tags. I don't want to keep this. I'm happy just making one card, so this is going in the bin in a moment. All right, now I've just stitched it there behind me. So then I decided to die cut a beer glass and a beer bottle. This is from this Made to Surprise set. There are some die cuts. There are also some stamps with that, but the stamps haven't got any dies, so I decided to go for the other set again. And these die cuts, they cut basically into the shape. I've used just 2 scraps of silver. This is a matte one, this is a shiny one. I thought it didn't matter, but this one worked perfectly because the die cuts stayed in the bottle here, so I want to keep that. So I'm just putting some tape on the back to keep those in place, and when I glue it down the little ones will stay there as well. I have to trim that corner a little bit. There are fancy ways of putting a layer of cardstock behind it, but I'm just keeping this simple. I just need one more piece here for the bottleneck. It's actually still too wide. Probably not the best pair of scissors I'm using. So they should stay in nicely now. With this one here, they have all come out. So what I need to do here is also put some tape on the back. Again, as I said, you can use some cardstock. You can use some double-sided adhesive. So I'm just cutting it off at the top. Tell you what, I haven't been crafting for a few weeks and my fingers have gone really funny. So I've gone out of, I actually had a little bit of a moment where I sort of had lost my mojo, and you might feel the same. So I'm hoping that with this video I can encourage you to just get into your craft room, have a look what you've got, and just play around with the stuff you have. I was quite amazed how much stuff I have that I have never even used. So that's my New Year's resolution for 2025, use the stuff I have. So I can now go ahead and place these back in. Hopefully I can find the right place because they're all different sizes. No, I think that's the one there. Yeah, it slots in. So I will quickly do this off camera, and I think then I'll have a play. So I'll put this on my card base. I'll have a play where I want to place these and where I want to place my stamp. But I'll just quickly do this on camera. I have die cut my piece here for the sentiment. I just wanted to show you that. So it's better to do that first. And then I've got my stamp here. Make sure there's no residue on there. There's something on it. So then I'm just using my VersaFine Clair. This is the Warm Breeze. I just picked one of the blues that comes on that Dinkle piece. I could have used something contrasting like some black. Or as I said before, you could do some heat embossing, but I want to keep these simple. So I'm placing this here, and now I can hopefully see. Should have used a different color piece of cardstock underneath for contrast, but hopefully that's in the right place. I'm trying not to apply too much pressure because these stamps, they're just silicone, they're not polymer, so they do squash a little bit. And then usually when you pick it up, it actually sticks to that, so I can give that another little bit of pressure and then let it fall off. There you go. Yeah, it's not perfect. There is a little bit of something's going on there, probably where I haven't cleaned the stamp properly, but it'll be fine. I'm leaving that to dry, and as I said, off camera I will arrange my pieces on the card and then I'll show you the finished card. As usual, I'm popping in to show you something different and not my finished card, because I wanted to show you the options that you have with die cuts and a sentiment piece like this. So at first I thought, yeah, sentiments going in the square, and then maybe these down here, that is an option. But then I thought, you know, I don't know, I don't like the arrangement of that. So I thought, what would it be like if I put the sentiment actually at the bottom here and make these the center of the card, and I can actually spread them out a little bit more. So that's another option. Obviously you can put them on foam tape if you wanted to. These will go flat. I want these to go flat in the card because they're going to Germany and postage costs an awful lot these days. So yeah, just wanted to show you what you can do. Play around. You can turn this obviously this way around. It doesn't have to be like that. I like the white on the top here. So have a play, or you know, even be brave and put that there. You know, you can have a play like this if you've got bigger die cuts that you can come off, and yeah, anything is possible, whatever you like. So hopefully I can give you a few ideas here. So yeah, the first two cards, I'm really pleased with those, and I already know who they are going to. So I just wanted to show you one more way of using backgrounds and that is by using ephemera. I bought these 2 packs, sorry you can't see these at the moment, in Germany. They were from Action. Any sort of ephemera is fine. I've got my own ephemera here that I made, which comes with is a die set that creates little animals, because I thought this would go great with that colour. I've also got some Made to Surprise stuff here, stuff from the Papercraft Society Advent Calendar. So I'll have a look. So I would like to create just 3 cards from these. So a similar design. I'm cutting a background rather than using the whole lot, I think. And then I will arrange the ephemera and I think a birthday sentiment. I don't want to overload these. I don't want these to be too busy, especially with this one here, which is busy already. With this one, I can go a little bit bolder, but I just have a little play, and I encourage you to have a play with stuff that you have. And I also encourage you, with, if there is something you don't use and you don't enjoy using, like backgrounds, you might have ephemera. I think after this session I will let go of these here because I can't see myself using them anymore, and I just put them in the bin. I just let go, and they're not in my way for things I do want to use. Here are my other two cards. For this one I just cut this out with a scalloped oval. I used the residue on the corners to cut two hearts. I thought about putting two of them on. Well, I have, but I've just ended up stacking them because I thought it would be too busy to have another heart there or somewhere else. And then, yeah, just cut this, stuck the kitty in the middle there, and then just stamped the happy birthday, which I just realised is a little bit wonky. I've also got a bit of shadow stamping going on there, but I think it looks quite intentional because the die cut got stuck to my stamp and then sort of shifted it a little bit. But yeah, I think this is quite cute and I like the shine on the background there. I'm sure I used some mica powders on the acrylic plate when I created this. And this one is maybe even my favourite of the four now. I just die cut the background piece with these sort of torn edges. I stuck this down. I stamped a sentiment that goes with the ephemera. This is from the Made to Surprise collection. It's called Under the Sea Sentiment Stamp Set. And I just used this one here. And I did a little bit of ombre stamping, which means I inked up the sentiment with the Warm Breeze all over. And then just touching at the bottom, I used the darker blue, which is the Bluebell. So I've got this sort of ombre look. And then just stuck these three pieces of ephemera on the narwhal, the dolphin and the whale. And I think this is really nice, and I think it's all this needs. And yeah, I'm really pleased with these. I'm glad I delved into my selection of unused backgrounds. And I promise you here now, I will do something with the other backgrounds I've shown you because I would like to use them. And just one little thought I had whilst I was creating off camera. I don't believe in creating cards just for the sake of creating cards. I want to use these cards, but if there are cards that I like but I won't use, I will also gift them to friends for them to use or pass on. I think that's another little idea. Yeah, I hope this was inspiration for you to have a look what you've got in your stash that you haven't used yet and that you might want to have a go at, or have a think if there's anything you can let go in your collection. And yeah, if you like this card, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you soon with another video.